I'm looking to switch careers and go into a new field. Well, here's what you need to know. I've been in recruiting for coming up to a decade. So I've seen lots of conversations, I've heard from lots of hiring managers. I know what hiring managers are looking for in the market. I've also spoken to hundreds of job seekers that are looking to do this exact thing, switch into a new career. Probably the most common and popular one right now is switching into tech. But you need to know going into it that it's not going to be easy. When people make hiring decisions, it's almost like a risk game. They don't want to make a bad decision. Nobody wants to make a mistake. That's why they go based on past experience. But you also get the opportunity to interview. So you really need to be able to tell a good story. Now, what I mean by this is you've got to be able to take the skills that you have and the experience you have and craft a story that's going to show how you can execute on this job. Keep in mind, you're going to be going against people who do have experience in the industry and in the job. That means that you've got to tell a really good story. Start by looking at the skills and the responsibilities you have in your current job. Then look how they apply to the job that you're looking to get. If this is hard for you to understand, what you need to do is get in contact with someone who's already in this job and start to ask them about the things that they're involved in. Then look at what you do on a daily basis and start to craft the relationship between what you're doing and what they're doing and what they're looking for. This takes hard work, and again, it's not easy, which I told you at the beginning of this. The next thing you need to do is apply to a lot of jobs. It really is a numbers game. Now, not a complete numbers game where you're applying to random jobs, but you need to have some sort of structure. So putting together a list of 100 companies you want to apply at, 100 positions, and then each week adding to that list. As you start to get interviews, you really need to analyze the conversations you're having, try and get as much feedback as you can, and then get better as you go through that interview process. I would advise looking for companies that have job openings that have been open for a long time. That means they're struggling to fill the role. But again, you've got to be able to tell a good story. You've got to be able to sell yourself, sell your abilities, sell your experience so it makes sense to them. If you can show that it's not a mistake for you to get hired, then you have a chance. But again, and I'll repeat it, this is extremely hard. This is why I get so many people commenting, this is a scam, this is fake. I've tried so many things and it hasn't worked. It's because it is super hard. I also suggest looking at your internal network and just looking at who you actually know, because you'd be surprised who's in industries. Look at people you graduated high school with, the people you went to college with, even friends and family. Look at that internal network, see who they know as well. You'd probably find some connections that you weren't even expecting.